What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with another Destiny 2 Ash and Iron video. Man, these smoky plaguelands are giving me a sore throat. You know what else would give you a sore throat? If you had to ram one of these down there. What? Unfortunately, that's something we won't be able to do until October, but in this video, we're going to break down the WOLFSBANE, the first exotic axe coming to Destiny 2. Although we should clarify, this is categorized as a sword before someone calls me a liar. This will indeed be a craftable exotic weapon though. That means, as always, there'll be a bunch of different upgrades, new perks, and catalysts that we'll be able to apply to the weapon. All of them will be earnable in the upcoming exotic missions. So I figured since this is kind of a highlight for Ash and Iron, even though there is a delay before we actually get to it, we could break down what this thing is going to do, how we'll get the upgrades, and details on the exotic mission itself. So if you guys enjoy the video, a rating very much helps us out. But now let's get into it. First up, this weapon will come from the Warsat Heist, which of course is the new exotic mission. Bungie teased this in the Ash and Iron trailer initially. There was a lot of anticipation for hopefully getting it on day one. Unfortunately, that isn't the case though. Bungie say, sorry, we're not going to spoil Warsat Heist just yet, but players should know that it's coming on October 7th, and that will push you deep into the Plaguelands to uncover the Conductor's plans. Then of course from that, we'll be able to earn a totally new, incredibly cool exotic weapon from it. Bungie additionally showed a bit more gameplay of this in the developer livestream. Additionally, on top of the base model for the weapon, it will have an ornament that'll sell in the Eververse store, which is called Skull Splitter, a sort of carbon fiber finished giant hatchet, I suppose. When we do finally get to earn this weapon though, it will be upgradable, as we've seen with other craftable exotics. So the base weapon has Resurgence Directive, where light attacks generate sword energy and have a chance to spawn seeking Quicksilver nanites that heal the wielder upon attaching. There's also Nano Assault, where Quicksilver nanites that attach to the wielder charge the blade. Then with the alternate weapon action, when fully charged, we can overclock attached nanites, enhancing the blade's offensive capabilities. With light attacks dealing increased damage to targets, and fully charged heavy attacks creating a flaming Quicksilver Swarmnado. So it seems like a pretty cool weapon. Some of the catalyst refits actually have the potential to be quite juicy on this. It is sort of funny that it has a bit of an identity crisis because it is an exotic axe. It looks like an axe and it behaves like the relic axe in many ways, but it's categorized as a sword, so many perks refer to it as a sword. As always, we'll do an initial run of the exotic mission to pick the weapon up, then we'll be able to run it additional times to get other upgrades, including catalysts, possibly with weekly lockouts as we've seen in the past. But obviously there's the base trait for Resurgence Directive, then the additional upgraded traits. So Resurgence Scandal 2 adds more stability, guard resistance, and magazine. How do you give a sword or an axe stability? Resurgence Scandal 3 though grants +5 ammo generation, +5 guard endurance, +1 impact, and +2 to the magazine. And the final intrinsic upgrade basically gives us all of the above stats. Also on the blades, it has Owned Edge, Tempered Edge, as well as Hungry Edge, as well as the addition of Jagged Edge and Enduring Blade. So once again, basic sword bonuses on this thing. Although Bungie have added handles to it, so get ready to upgrade your rod. We have Tenacious Handle, and it reads, traditional guarding is disabled in favor of offensive capabilities. We gain increased damage resistance from being in combat for an extended duration. And the guard endurance stat is listed at +75, but of course damage resistance is the actual benefit. Rampager's Handle will add moderately increased damage resistance, so a lesser version of that. And there's Unyielding Handle, which will be the base version of it. So basically you want the final one, the best one, otherwise it isn't really complicated. It will get some nice refits though, so first up, not sure the order will actually earn these, but there'll be an Attrition Orbs refit where dealing sustained damage creates an Orb of Power. Also Relentless Strikes, landing 3 light attack hits within a short time will grant sword ammo. Potentially quite exciting though, is a Burning Ambition refit, and that perk allows dealing sustained damage to scorch the target, and dealing damage to a scorched target inflicts Scorch. As we've seen on some weapons, especially in more difficult content, this is a really good bonus and a solid alternative to Incandescent, especially against tankier enemies. Lastly though, a unique perk for this, which is Subroutine Recursion refit, I guess, and Quicksilver nanites grant more health the greater stacks of Nano Assault are. Taking damage while Nano Assault is active has a chance to generate nanites nearby. So in some ways, it's quite an interesting and exciting weapon. At least it's different from what we normally get, and we'll finally be able to run around with a relic permanently, essentially, but with more benefits by the looks of it. So again, October 7th is when the mission drops, and presumably from there, we'll be able to run this on a weekly basis for some of the upgrades, unless of course Bungie give us the opportunity to just repeatedly run it. So for the moment, that's all we really have to say. One of the highlights for Ash and Iron, but it's another month till it drops. This is what the devs had to say. We'll run this clip at the end of the video. Give me your thoughts on on the weapon based on what we've seen at least. If you found this one useful, a rating really does help us out. Plus, get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with more updates. But otherwise, I hope you guys have an awesome day.
So when I heard that we were going to be doing a little Return to the Plaguelands, it was like, I'm going to twist whatever arm's necessary to finally get the thing that I know I want and I've seen other people want for ages. So yeah, I can confirm that's no relic. That's our new exotic weapon.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think for Clayton and Jerome, since this exotic mission, the team is finishing up the touches and really building this experience. It'll be launching in October. So let's just give a quick preview, no spoilers or no deep spoilers, about what's the premise.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Maya wants to expand her reach, and the best way to do that is like the same way you would with the Wi-Fi in your house. You need expanders, you need routers, right, to boost that signal. And so she is going to be looking to get her hands on WarSat technology, which is why we'll be working with Saint 14 and Anna Bray throughout the season. Saint 14 is sort of our tactical expert, and then Anna, as with her association to Rasputin, having all the subject matter expertise on WarSats.
Awesome.
And not to get too deep into spoilers, but you will be working with 3 of Kayatol's Scions specialists in the mission. So,
Man, yeah. I can't wait. Yeah, October can't come soon enough. So let's come back to day one. I keep checking my watch here. 10 minutes, 11 minutes until launch. We also have a slate of legendary weapons that are going to be coming out. We have some armor sets in the portal that are going to have brand new armor set bonuses, but we also have brand new weapons. Yeah. And I know a couple of these things are kind of complementary to exotics.
Yeah. So with Ash and Iron, we as Sandbox were like taking a look at some exotics we wanted to bring up, and we talked about Mida and Sturm getting some updates to bring them up to that modern parity. But like when those weapons came out during year 1, they came with their paired weapons, and like during that time, it made sense, like to have 2 primaries. That was what the game was. So when we were taking a look at like bringing them up to modern Sandbox standards, we were like, well, we should probably hit it for the paired weapons as well too. So we took a look at some of our other special archetypes, and we're like, what could we set up for this? So with this release, we've talked about them, I believe, in the TWID, but we are going to have a rocket frame Drang Unfall, and a new like lightweight Mida macro tool shotgun. And both of them have perk pools that kind of key off of being those paired weapons. So like Mida macro tool has Discord and Trench Barrel, and it was really fun to like run that with Mida, because then you have like, you pop a couple guys to get those like attachments onto Mida, and then you switch and you have Discord proc, and you like slap a guy, and then you just are able to like pump into a bunch of dudes. And it's got the really cool draw animation from Wastelander back during 30th anniversary, so you get that cool like cowboy draw. And it's so fun to run around.
And the sidearm is arc, correct?
It is our second arc rocket frame sidearm. It's got a pretty big mag size, so instead of volt shot on this one, it has jolting feedback, which is pretty fun to plug a couple rockets into a guy and have them jolted and then pop them with like a really powerful Sturm shot.
Awesome.